Welcome to another late night edition of Broad Street Blitz Take with your boy Cool Cat Connor and my guy Alex. What up, Alex?
What's good? How are you?
Doing good. So let's get down to some business. So we heard from Howie Roseman, we heard from Nick Sirianni, and we all heard from Jeffrey Lurie, who all said, and I quote, A.J. Brown is a Philadelphia Eagle. What is your reaction to what they had to say? I know you saw all the comments and stuff. What did you thought? First of all, what's your thoughts on what all three had to say in the owners' meeting before we get to AJ?
I was actually at the cross game during the press conference tonight for Jeffrey Lurie, so I didn't get the chance to watch the whole thing, but I saw some tweets, and it sounds like Jeffrey Lurie has great things to say, especially towards Nick Sirianni. The way he accomplished everything throughout his time being a head coach for the Eagles has been fantastic, and I'm curious to see how the it progresses in the upcoming months with training camp coming up.
Right. So that was the Nick Sirianni part, like you said. What's your thoughts on the AJ Brown part?
For AJ Brown, I think that everyone definitely knew that he was going to stay put and be with the Eagles. I didn't see. I don't see how he would get traded with the way the league is right now. And plus, with the Eagles being so solid, I don't see them moving around pieces with everything involving the wide receiver room with Smitty, AJ, and those two. And I'm curious to see what happens during the draft and see if something we don't know about happens, and we'll see about it.
Right. I know that's yep. So there's some other things that Nick Sirianni, that Jeffrey Lurie said. What's your thoughts on what he said about Lincoln Financial Field? You think they're going to build a new stadium? You think it's going to be a retractable roof under it? You think they're going to keep it the same? What do you think they're going to do with Lincoln Financial Field?
Yeah, I think it's in a great spot with great atmosphere feel to it. I just don't see any changes that really need to be made at this point. The way it's held and how the logistic of it is, and I'm just not sure that anything has to be changed at all.
Right. Yep. So let's get to my favorite thing of what Jeffrey Lurie has to say, and that is what he said. Well, I'll let you hear. He he he's somebody's number one biggest fan. Guess who it is, Alex?
Jaden Hurts.
Say that again. Who?
Jaden freaking Hurts.
Much better. Let's listen, shall we?
With Jalen Hurts, the same concept. You're not going to talk about contracts, but
he's under contract. I love Jalen. I mean, there's no bigger fan of Jalen than me. Clutch gene, absolutely. The guy MVP of the Super Bowl 13 months ago should have been MVP of the Super Bowl right before that against Kansas City the first time. Exceptional and so dedicated. I mean, I think you probably know. Spend a lot of time with Jalen, and he's as I do with most quarterbacks, and incredibly dedicated to the game, to winning, and being a huge winner. And I love everything about him. So anyway, those things take over time. We never would discuss it. He's in the middle of a new contract now. Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on what he said about your quarterback, Jalen Durican? Where's my button? Hey! Acknowledge me! Alex?
Yeah, I loved everything Jeffrey Lurie had to say tonight, especially with Jaden freaking Hurts, and how he feels confident in him, in every aspect what he brings to the table, and it's just a great feel to what's to come in the coming years for Jaden freaking Hurts and the whole organization. And I'm just so happy that this this team is in a great place, and uh, we are expected to have a great year this upcoming season, and I'm anxious to see what happens.
Yeah. It makes some of you poo-poo bum mother truckers mad that an owner like Jeffrey Lurie loves himself some Jalen freaking Hurts. It burns your mother trucker. Ow! That's why I love Jeffrey Lurie. The best owner in the game. Yeah, man. So this is what Nick Sirianni said about Sean Mannion. A relentless worker, said he's impressed by Mannion in the interview process, but really enjoyed and getting to see it up close. And let me see what Jeffrey Lurie said about Sean Mannion. Let me find it. Bear with your boy, because I got a whole lot of. Bear with me. Stadium, Jalen. I got a lot of Jalen's on here. Jalen, Sirianni. We talked about that. AJ, Jalen. He talked about Nick. What's your thoughts on what he said about Nick Sirianni? Or you talked about that already?
Yeah, I mentioned it already.
All right. So what's your thoughts? Oh, what's your thoughts on one? Before we get to what she said about what Jeffrey Lurie, what's your thoughts on Jeffrey Lurie saying, "I think we have a chance to win multiple more Super Bowl, and he wants Super Bowl number 3." What's your thoughts on what he said about that?
Yeah, I feel like the whole front office is always growing and always making something happen, no matter what what the circumstances. Even if they have to trade away picks or anything like that, and just the whole process of making this organization the way it is and being successful with everything in the past. And there's there's nothing more than excitement with everything that's incoming for this organization. And I'm just really glad that they are in a good place right now with everything. And I think that we'll find out more once training camp hits and the the draft the
Yep.
draft ends and everything like that.
Right. They still talking about this kid. God dang it, man. Anyway, talk about something else. You already said about Jalen. Get that topic off my dang screen, Cacho. Anyway, Jeffrey Lurie on Sean Mannion. He praised Nick Sirianni for the process, impressed with Mannion himself, point out Eagles' track record of finding young gems, said tenderly to repeat same offense is human due to success the prior years, acknowledged that the league's caught on. What do you have to say about that?
Everybody knows the Seahawks. They think I'm.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I just feel like that Jeffrey Lurie knows exactly what needs to happen, and the way he talks about it and makes everything expected what Eagles Nation wants is really uh, amazing, and I'm curious to see what else he puts to the to the table with everything.
Yep, I 1000% agree with you. So there's that. Nick Sirianni on Tyreek Woolen and his competitiveness that leads to a foul. I always take guys who is edgy because I know he loves compete. So what's your thoughts on what he had to say about that?
Yeah, I feel like every player that he wants to put into action with everything with this organization is wants he, he just wants to be make sure that the depth of the position is at a high rate and successful with everything that goes along with it. And I know that it's much more than a pick and how physic, physicality of the player is. I think it has to do with behind the scenes, the way the journey was with the player and everything he expects. And I just feel like that uh, the experiences through college for every player that they look at is really growing day by day and inching closer to the draft with everything. And it should be interesting to see what where they go with their picks because I know they have a lot of picks coming up, and I'm curious to see where everything happens. For those in the chat, what are your thoughts on what Howie uh, Jeffrey Loy said tonight, and what do you think will happen with uh, with AJ's situation?
Yeah, I'm back. I just had to handle something. I'm back. Nick Sirianni on if he's confident in Devontae Smith. He said, leave AJ in it. Both of those players have contributed to a lot of wins. He said he got two number ones. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah. Um, same same as always. I think that it's really it's really really lovely to hear what his thoughts are on both the greatest duo in the NFC East in AJ and Smitty. There's nothing more than great quotes from a great president in Jeffrey Loy, and I just feel like there's a lot of excitement growing inside the locker room and outside on the field with everything that's going around uh, and the noise that's happening around the media and stuff. It should be interesting to see how this continues and how this plays out.
Yeah. So basically, that's all the topics we got, Alex. So that's basically it because it's basically the same stuff that I've been asked you. So yep. So
Before we end, do you know what the BG situation is?
yeah, I'm still wait. I haven't heard from Brandon Graham. Like he said he was supposed to have something today, but I think he didn't. So I'll come back to you and we'll talk about that probably next Tuesday.
Okay.
All right, so we'll talk about that next Tuesday along with the draft. So, yeah, y'all, that's basically all the topics we got today for Blitz Take. We'll be back next Tuesday, right, Alex?
Yep.
Next Tuesday it is. So we'll see y'all next week. Fly, go, birds, go and get your Blitz Take. Let me go listen to this nonsense. They disrespecting my quarterback sons of issues. We already talked about everything. We talked about Jalen. We talked about AJ. We talked about the new stadium. We talked about a lot of things already. So go watch the replay and you won't be disappointed.